Francis, the first ever Latin American pontiff, passed away after a prolonged illness in Rome. He was 88 years old. Bells tolled in church towers across Rome after the announcement, which was read out by Cardinal Kevin Farrell, the Vatican Carmelengo, from the chapel of the Domus Santa Marta.
Carissimi fratelli e sorelle, con profondo dolore devo annunciare la morte del nostro Santo Padre Francesco. Alle ore 7:35 di questa mattina, il Vescovo di Roma Francesco è tornato alla casa del Padre. La sua vita tutta intera è stata dedicata al servizio del Signore e della sua Chiesa. Ci ha insegnato a vivere i valori del Vangelo con fedeltà, coraggio e amore universale.
The funeral service, which is usually held between the 4th and the 6th day after the Pope's death, is marked by a public mass held in front of St. Peter's Basilica. That is presided over by the Dean of the College of Cardinals, Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re. The body of Francis, treated and dressed in papal vestments, and his head covered with a white bishop's mitre, is expected to lie in state inside his coffin at St. Peter's Basilica a few days after his death to allow the faithful to bid farewell. All of the 252 cardinals across the globe traditionally receive an invitation from the Dean of the College of Cardinals to travel to Rome after the Pope's death to attend the funeral and to choose a new pontiff. International leaders are also expected to attend the funeral. When Pope John Paul II died in 2005, his funeral was one of the largest gatherings of world leaders in history. The attendees included 4 kings, 5 queens, and about 70 presidents and prime ministers. In total, approximately 4 million people attended the funeral. From the beginning of his papacy in 2013, Francis rejected elaborate vestments and apostolic palace in favor of simple attire and residence at Casa Santa Marta. In 2024, he took another step, rewriting the funeral rites for a reigning pope, the first such revision in modern church history. Last year, the Vatican had published the new set of simplified funeral rites approved by the Pope, and it was a clear departure from centuries of rituals. The Pope will be placed on an elevated bier in St. Peter's Basilica for public viewing. He has also chosen a single zinc-lined wooden coffin for himself over the traditional 3 coffins of cypress, lead and oak. The coffin will contain a silk veil over his face, coins minted during his papacy, and a rogito, which is a sealed deed summarizing his life and papal service, which will be read aloud before sealing. The burial typically takes place 4 to 6 days after the death. Popes are traditionally buried in the Vatican grottos on the lower level of St. Peter's Basilica. But in an interview last year, Pope Francis said he would like to be buried in Rome Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica. The pontiff had a deep personal bond with Santa Maria Maggiore, visiting the basilica the day after his election and regularly stopping there before and after international trips to pray before the icon of the Virgin Mary, the protector of the people of Rome. Pope Francis challenged the conventions followed by pontiffs before him. He pushed for a more transparent Vatican, connected to the concerns of the common people and engaged with other faiths. And that will undoubtedly be reflected in his final journey as well.